Hey, you guys, this is Jody Watkins, certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach, and a lot of other certifications and things like that. Came on here. Well, first off, welcome to the community. If you're new to the community, I highly encourage you to make sure you explore. Check the announcements, go into the blog, check the other discussions, get involved. This is a community for you to be seen, heard, and validated. We all need that. We all need to feel important. And so I highly encourage you to get in there. Also, I have tons of content already in here. So go check out the experiences. We call them experiences because everything that we teach on basically is based on life experience. Yes, I have a lot of knowledge in a lot of different areas, but the reason I gained that knowledge is because of the experiences. For most of you, you know that I got into nutrition not to achieve a look, but for medical purposes. I was a caregiver for my mom, and I had to learn how to use nutrition to get her off some of the medications that were making her suicidal and making her symptoms worse. Okay. For anybody that knows about pharmaceuticals, it is a big, huge business, and doctors are often involved in that business. And so sometimes the business side of it, the customer service side of it gets lost in the mix because they're trying to build a business. This is also why the response to my question about what's the difference between First Phorm and Herbalife is going to hit a little bit differently, because I will not represent a company that is more about selling products than they are educating people. Okay. I will not support anything that is in it for monetary gain, because that's how I started this journey. And I saw that so in depth that it just baffled me. I had no idea that's how things worked. So this was back in 2008-ish. All right. I began taking care of my mom in 2007. I was active duty military. I drove 2 hours to Jacksonville, Florida from Valdosta, Georgia to take care of her, take her to her doctor's appointments, whatever that looked like. And this was after working all night usually. And then I would take a nap at the rest stop, drive back. In 2009, I found out that I was pregnant in that April, but I was still going back and forth. During that time, though, I was actually taking courses to go to physician assistant school. So that's when I got even more involved in the medical side of things. And I really started learning even more of the human body. I took anatomy physiology when I was 19. I was a personal trainer back then. I was very passionate about learning about the human body. I was full-time basketball player, full-time worker. I was working 3 jobs at the same time and going to school full-time. So I really got interested in how the human body worked then, but it wasn't until later when my mom got sick, and that's usually what it takes, right? Somebody around us who we care about getting sick and we figure it out, right? I'm not one to throw in the towel very easily. You guys should know that about me yet. I would have done that a long time ago with a lot of things if that was in me. All right. I'm not that type of person. So what I did is I did what I normally do. I research. That's what I've gotten really good at. Regardless of all my certifications, I am a researcher by trade. I will research things and I will make sure that anything that I represent is quality. All right. So let's fast forward. I began my health journey after my mom passed away, after my daughter was born, because I had gained a lot of weight while I was pregnant, also taking care of my mom, working full time, going to school, all the things you can only imagine, right? So I did not feel healthy. It wasn't even about gaining the weight. I didn't feel healthy, but I had already had a knee surgery prior to that. I also had had a shoulder surgery. And so mostly my knee started hurting really badly. And I was like, I knew that it was because of the weight gain. I had never really had that much weight on me. And so I did learn the personal training side of things and I started group coaching, but I learned all that, to lose the weight. but I had the nutrition background due to the medical. So when I started tying all that together, that's when later on being able to be involved with proper supplementation, and especially since I used to be an athlete, it became easy for me to learn those things because I already knew how the human body worked. All right. So the question here is, what's the difference between Herbalife and First Phorm? That is a very loaded question because there's a ton of differences, okay? But I'm going to tell you the most important one for me. In 2016, I was in bodybuilding. I was full-time personal training, full-time nutrition coach. People were asking me about supplements all the time. I did not feel comfortable because I knew supplements were not regulated. I was studying supplements back in 2014. That's when I kind of started that journey. It was actually 2013 is when I started. I got a certification in performance nutrition. And then I started really studying the supplements because they're not regulated by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. All right, that's important to know. So I was taking, protein, but I wasn't taking a lot of different things, only because I didn't trust it, to be honest. I didn't trust a lot of it. But as a personal trainer and nutrition coach, I was always getting, all these invites to check out all these other companies, right? Well, Herbalife was one of those companies, okay? I am the type of person, I'm gonna do a deep dive on anything. The first thing I did not like about the company is, well, first of all, I found a couple lawsuits that kind of made me feel a little uneasy, because I was like, okay, well, no one knows if they were really putting that stuff in there because they can put whatever they want on the label. The second thing that I did not really like was that you did not have to be educated in nutrition to sell the product. It was more a money-making thing. So that really just took me back to how those pharmaceutical companies worked with the doctors. The doctors didn't know what they were selling. They were just selling it. They were just pushing the meds, right? So now we have these products who, yeah, they're formulated to help people lose weight, but are they really, really making people healthier? Are they helping them create better habits? Are they, or do they become a crutch? So that's what I was looking at, because a lot of these products out there are literally just crutches. They're just crutches. They're not teaching us anything. They're teaching us how to rely on a product. So I want you to think about that, okay? Also, again, the people who are selling these products, it's a multi-level marketing company too. All right. And we have to be careful with those. I'm not saying I'm against them. We do referral marketing at Convene, right? Like we refer each other and we get paid. So, I mean, you can call that an MLM if you want to, but it's really just about understanding what you are representing, what you are ingesting. The biggest thing for me is in 2017, my daughter got diagnosed with ADHD. Well, in 2016, as I was trying to, not really telling people what to take because I didn't feel comfortable, telling them, I was like, well, this is what I am taking now, but it might not work with your body the same way, right? Like, I mean, you have to put those caveats out there. Well, I was listening to a podcast one day and there was this guy, the podcast was Ed Milet. There was he had this guy on there named Andy Frisella. He did not talk about First Phorm at all, but I liked Andy Frisella. I really liked listening to him. It was exactly what I needed to hear. It was really motivating. It was like, dang, this dude is real, right? He's been through some stuff. Well, come to find out, because it was a little bit later on, I actually started doing some research on quality supplements, and First Phorm came up. I had never tried First Phorm at that point, but they did ship overseas. We were stationed in Okinawa, Japan. They shipped overseas, so I was like, well, I'm going to try it out, right? Well, as I was researching more about it, because of course I got to research before I'm going to take it. If you're not doing that, if you are not researching what you're taking before you take it, that's a problem. Make sure you know what you're ingesting, okay? Especially if it's not regulated. But I was doing the research and I was just like, okay, wait, Andy Frisella is the founder of this company. So I really started doing a deep dive because I'm just that type of person where I'm like, I'll just go down the rabbit hole if I got some time. And I started doing a deep dive on the company itself. I loved everything about it. I loved the mission. I loved the vision. I didn't see anything about negative customer service. So I was just like, wow, I need to learn more about this company. Well, I ordered the products, they came. And at that time, I was kind of having indigestion issues when I would take certain protein, like the protein product that I used to take. So when I took the first Phorm, I never had that issue. There was no indigestion, there was no gassiness, there was no any of that. And it was just pure protein. And I was just like, okay, this is good. Well, 2017, my daughter got diagnosed with ADHD. And I started doing research on that because here we are again with medications. So it literally took me right back to where I was what I was doing with my mom. Well, the medications that they were putting my daughter on, were making her, she'd be great at school, but when she would come home, her stomach would be achy really bad. I mean, she was like 7 at the time. She was playing basketball, I was coaching basketball, but there were times where she couldn't go because her stomach hurt that bad. And I said, oh no, we can't do this. We tried 3 different ones, very low dosage, but she just had a sensitivity to the medication. And that's my kid, right? So I started doing some research on that. Like I said, I'm just a researcher. I started doing some research on that. And I found that there was studies done on children with ADHD, ADD, and autism. And it really made sense because I had already studied this stuff from when my mom had multiple sclerosis about protein and brain health. So I actually had upped my mom's protein intake to help her be able to think more clearly, get the nutrients that she needed. We were making sure her vitamins were on point, things like that. Multivitamins is what I mean on that. But so I literally just had to kind of take that and come over here. Here we are, 7 years later, almost 8 years later. And it was just like, oh yeah, this makes sense. So I took the information and I sent it to her pediatrician. And I said, hey, it was the same thing I did when my mom went to her doctor, her primary care. And I said, hey, I need you to sign off on this because, I did my research and things like that, but you're the doctor, right? Like you went to medical school. So let me come to you and let's, feedback off of each other or whatever. Well, my mom's doctor was like, heck yeah, right? The pediatrician she said, well, Jody, you would know more about that than I would, about the nutrition part. And I didn't really understand that, but she was like, we don't learn nutrition in medical school. She was exactly right. And by that time I had already gone through PA school and stuff like that. I already knew that, right? But I hadn't really thought of it because as I was in PA school, I had already gone through nutrition. So I hadn't thought about the fact that they don't learn it unless they take it upon themselves to learn it, right? They have to go above and beyond. So she pretty much said, if you need to take her off the meds, take her off the meds, do what you need to do. That's what I did. So since I had come in contact with First Phorm, I ordered their branched chain amino acids. I also had their, pure protein isolate, and we just began using that, and that's how it started. So one of the reasons why, besides the fact that I don't like that you don't have to be a nutrition coach to sell the Herbalife products, but one of the other reasons is I need to make sure that whatever I'm giving my kid is pure quality. That's my kid. I will make sure I am not giving my kid anything that might mess her up later. Okay. And like I said, she was pretty young. So I had to make sure I did that deep dive and make sure that this was a pure quality company that had these supplements. All right. Now, a couple of years later, the end of 2018, we moved to Jacksonville, Florida. And at that time, I had been taking First Phorm. I had clients that were taking First Phorm. I have a link. So it's an affiliate link. It's not a multi-level marketing. I'm not selling products. I can become a distributor if I want to, but that, I got to invest in that. And so I haven't done that because I have the links. People can go on there and buy whatever they want. But I also educate them. So I'm not just selling products. When people come to me, they come to me with a pain point, right? They need something, they're lacking something, they're not sure where to go, and I'm the subject matter expert, so they come to me to give them that information. So now I have this company that I am absolutely 100% happy to recommend. And that's all I'm doing. It's a recommendation, okay? So in 2018, I went through, I had to apply to become a first form, they call it a Legionnaire. I had to apply to become a Legionnaire. It was a very in-depth application process. They do not take anyone who is not a personal trainer, nutrition coach, or a health coach. They don't take anyone, they don't want anyone just selling products that doesn't know what they're talking about. So it has to be people who are very versed. If they are just a personal trainer, they got to be going to get their nutrition certifications. First Phorm is actually linked up with one of the top companies in certifications, which I have many of my certifications through, called NASM, NASM. All right. So where I'm getting at is there's actually a lot of reasons why I choose First Phorm over a company like Herbalife. One reason the reasons I've already talked about, but another reason is basically just the quality ingredients. I had to go through an entire training to learn in depth what ingredients were in some of these products. Okay. The main products, right? Now I can research all the other ones too, and I can go back to my training. They have training on every single product. So if somebody ever asks me a question and I'm not sure the answer, I will go back and take that training. I have a back office that I can get to. So that's actually what I was going to show you. I have the websites pulled up. I always say, just do your research. Do your research. All right, so hopefully you can see this, but here we are. We have Legionnaire back office right here. All right, let's see if I should be able to log in. Yeah, so basically I come in here and I can come in here and take whatever I need to take, right? Again, I don't sell the products. Most of this is me buying it. But I do give, I give my link out to people, whether they use it or not, that's not up to me. I educate them. I tell them why I chose to use it. And that's kind of where I go with that. But this is my back office. And then in that also, I can go through a whole bunch of training. So we have another training called Lightning. See if I can get over here. Yeah, here we go. Legionnaire training. So the back office, my bad. I meant to do this one, not the other one. Let's see. Oh, it's not gonna let me, so let's see. I haven't done this in a while, you guys, so bear with me. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to email them. But what I was trying to show you is, that backfired. But what I was trying to show you is I can actually go in here. There's training on every product, okay? But I also wanted to show you some other links that they have on their website. All right, so here's another thing. They have the about, they have blogs. So now I also didn't have to be the only coach, right? So when I bring people onto my team on the app where we have workouts and people can track their nutrition and put their pictures in and win a lot of great prizes and things like that. On the app, they can also gain access to other coaches. The coaches are doing lives like every day. Okay, so now it didn't have to be just me saying the things. Now I could be like, hey, you don't have to believe me. But when there's 5,000 of us coming together and saying the same thing, that means something, right? So I wanted to show you that. Like I said, I apologize because I wasn't able to get into the back office just now. I'm gonna make sure I email them. I haven't had to get in there in a long time because I've already done all the training. But what I was gonna show you is there's very in-depth training. All right, it took me 3 months to do the training. And then I got awarded to be part of the team as a Legionnaire. And then I got the link to become a Legionnaire. So now my link takes people either to a certain product. So if people reach out to me and say, hey, I'm just looking for this product, then I'll just give them that link. Other than that, if you see up here, this is my link right here. Oops, let me share. And I'll make sure I put it in this too. This is my link right here. The Jody Watkins Inspires, right? But if you go up here, you guys, they have everything, including, let me go over here. Including kid stuff. So again, I have to make sure that anything I represent. So if you see me representing any company, even mine, you better know that it is quality, and it's more about quality than quantity. I am not here to sell products. I don't desire to sell products. That is not what I like to do. I like to teach people how to eat for the rest of their lives. But sometimes we need these products. That's why they're called supplements. We need the supplements to help supplement what we're intaking, which is important. That's why it's important to track our foods, right? So we know what we're taking in, right? First Phorm has transparency and trust. There's absolutely nothing that you'll find. There was one lawsuit that was many, many years ago, but it got closed because the person, and that person, if you look at that lawsuit, I can pull it up later, but if you look at the lawsuit, they actually tried to sue another company too. And so, okay, are you just trying to get some money, right? So make sure, the biggest thing is just make sure that you know exactly what you're ingesting, and you're not just buying something that someone says is healthy for you, okay? You need to make sure that they are versed in nutrition. They need to be a nutrition coach or a nutritionist or a registered dietitian. You know, they need to have some credentials to allow them to sell you those products. Because the last thing you want is somebody that just looks good selling you products, and then you end up in the hospital because you had an adverse reaction. Get with somebody that knows the human body, okay? The other thing that I love about First Phorm, I talked about this a little bit, is we do have an app. There's an app. I actually partnered to be Epic to First Phorm, so I'm not having to create workout programs anymore, because I'm transitioning more into the overall life coaching, mindset, mental health, those kind of things. So adding the health part in there, but there's, you know, we have the First Phorm app. You can track your foods, you get personalized coaching. If you use my link, you get me as your advisor. I do put you in a group. I put you in my group over in Convene as well. And, you know, you can get meal planning access from the other coaches, because they do have registered dietitians and nutritionists. I don't do meal plans, but they do have people that do. And you have a community of support of people who want you to succeed. Whether you're in it for weight loss, muscle gain, or just wellness in general, the app tailors everything to your goals. So you can, for the workouts, you can pick home or gym. You can pick beginner, intermediate, or advanced, okay? And it literally gives you a good workout. It's not too long. It's because we always kind of preach on that too, where you don't want to be in the gym for too long, because then you overdo it. So we have to make sure we have a balanced life, especially I work with mostly overwhelmed moms. So I have to make sure that the workouts they're getting are not too long. I don't do long workouts anymore either, unless I'm getting ready for a show that's a little bit different. But anyway, when it comes to nutrition and fitness, First Phorm sets the standard. No one, I have yet to find, I mean, this is what we're 2024 now. I've been taking their products since 2016. Jazzy started in 2017. I have yet to find anything that compares. So when people come to me with other products, I start doing my research. Like I said, I did do the research on Herbalife many years ago, and there was nothing that made me want to be a part of that. It just was not in alignment with who I am. I'm not here to sell products. I'm here to educate. I'm here to help people develop lifelong habits that can, they can pass down to their kids. These kids, our kids need to be able to take these products, like athletes. My daughter's 14 now, she's an athlete. So she's taking the products now to help her with her performance, so this is performance nutrition as well. All right. So like I said, First Phorm sets the standard, cutting edge formulations and commitment to our success, our overall success. I have a coach there as well. I have a few people who reach out to me daily. I finally told them, I was like, hey, I got a lot going on, so you don't have to reach out daily, but at least once a week, I have a couple coaches that reach out to me personally. But good luck finding anything better. If you do find something better that matches them, or that's better than them, that you feel is better than them, please feel free to post it here. I'll do some research. We can do some research together. We can get on a call. That would be a great call to do together as well, where we're researching companies together. But I just have yet to find anything that's better. Plus, again, I have the utmost respect for Andy Frisella, and the entire mission of First Phorm. So hopefully that helps you out. I know this was very long, but there's not a short answer when it comes to this stuff, because I need you to know the foundation of why I believe in this company and why I would definitely support First Phorm over Herbalife or any of the other companies, hands down. And if you know me and you know the type of coach that I am, and if you go through many of the experiences that are inside of this community, you will know why I'm not here to sell products. I'm here to help you be healthier. I'm here to help you help your kids be healthier. I'm here to help you help your families be healthier. And that's what it's all about. So thanks again. Again, my name is Jody Watkins, and this is my community, and I appreciate you being here. Have a great day.